Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, we are going to be recapping the month of November. And yes, I was desperate to be in front of our tree, so I have moved my little stool over here so that I can be in front of this tree. I know this lighting isn't really giving what I need for it to give, but it's okay, we're gonna work it out. So in today's video, we're just gonna talk about how November went or didn't go, and we'll also talk about so our goals, our to-dos, you know, kind of like what we accomplished or didn't accomplish in November, and then also obviously our actual monthly budget and where our money went. So if that is of interest to you, then please keep watching. Okay, so I'm referencing my planner here, and for the month of November we had some goals and we had some things that we wanted to do. One of the goals was to invest $2,000. That was a very dramatic invest, but we wanted to invest $2,000 and we were able to do that. We wanted to put a minimum of $1,770 into our sinking funds, and we were able to do that. And stay tuned so you can see like how that all shook out. Oh, also we're gonna be stuffing cash envelopes, well, digital cash envelopes today. Also, we wanted to save $1,000. We saved zero of the amount that we were projecting to save. There was like an actual amount. Yeah, we didn't save that. Okay, next up, I wanted to purchase a Dyson vacuum, which I did. I took the money that I was using to save for my dream LV bag, dream designer bag, and I spent it on something else that I really wanted, which was a Dyson vacuum, a Dyson Detect V15. Something told me that I probably would. I kind of already knew I wasn't gonna buy this Louis Vuitton bag, but I had to. But I just I'd say now I don't want it as much. I don't want a designer bag as much. But I just feel like if ever I'm going to buy one, I'm for sure going to, maybe not. I feel like I'm gonna have to have saved up for it and like have the discretionary income. I don't see me just going out and spending $1,000, $1,500, I don't know how much, like, you know, I know how much the bag is that I really like, but I don't know how much like all the bags are, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know exactly how much it would be, but I just know that I'm probably not gonna do that on a whim. So anyway, the next goal, I guess, that we had in mind was to resume ladies training, and we didn't do that, but I promise you I'm like this close to reaching out to her dog trainer to see about resuming in January. So that's literally something that I want to do in December, and we think that we're gonna do it in December. For November, we also wanted to adjust our cell phone plans, and we did that. We are with Cricket, and so now we are getting 5G, like we can get 5G access, which is fun because we were in Atlanta for some kind of reason, and we were able to be on 5G, and our data, like, it's drastically different. So I can't wait to see my friend again so we can like race our phones, because I just remember we were both looking up something at the same time and her phone like flew past mine, and I'm like, I don't care, because I do things slowly. Life is not to be lived quickly. We're literally not going to even be alive for a very long time. I mean, you might consider 80, 90, 100 years to be a long time, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not a long time. So I just like to take my time. So if my dad wants to take all the time that it wants to take, then that's just fine. But for $5 each, I think, yes, $5 each, we could get like the highest speed of data. So we are in there like swimwear. Also, I wanted to kind of like configure our 2020 goal plan. Still in the process of doing that, further along than what we were, but we are going to meet with our financial advisor in this month in December, and we'll really be able to kind of like structure what that is going to look like. And for whatever reason, I feel like I haven't really stumbled over my words or anything so far this video. So I'm feeling like we're 5 minutes in and I might not even edit this video, which would be, that might be what we're doing. I need to keep track. I should start keeping track, because if I can keep track and like make a mental note that I haven't done anything, there we go, I almost did it, that I haven't done anything like super crazy, which would be like the dog, like nothing super crazy has happened, like the dog chewing, drinking, or anything like that, then I can just not edit the video, you know? Anyway, moving along. So we're gonna meet with him in December, but I did do our part. Like, we've already done our part in curating our plans and stuff. We just want to kind of meet with him to kind of see, you know, what his thoughts and opinions are. So this will be fun because we haven't met with him since last December, I think. Oh my God, I think we met with him last December. And so this will be fun. Next up, we wanted to stick to our holiday budget, and technically we have, so we'll talk about that. Also, I wanted to plan our anniversary date, and I did. Oh, you guys, November was a blur. Like, I tracked all of our expenses, but it went by so fast. There was so much happening. I don't even know. And you guys know that my husband and I were off for like a week and a half together for the first time because he worked for the school system. I don't work for the school system, but we kind of follow their schedule. It makes sense. And I then took additional days so that we could be home for like, I don't know, not 14, maybe like 10 days together. I think 10 days. So November was a bit of a blur because we were anywhere that a squirrel could go. And so I did plan our anniversary date. We went to this wine tasting. I thought it was free. Meanwhile, well, I don't know if I thought it was, I don't know what I thought. I don't know if I thought it was free. It sounded like, the way, when I was reading it, it sounded complimentary. The wine tasting was $27 per person, so that's $54 for a wine tasting. Then our meals, we ate like, this was a fancy restaurant. Like, I don't know who we thought we were, but the whole thing was $250. That's all I'm gonna say. And we like are obsessed with the place and want to go back, but we know we can only go back for special occasions. But we were already, the first week of November, already had spent $250 of our shopping budget. So if that gives you any indication of what the rest of the month looked like, it was a mess. We also went to a Hawks game in Atlanta. We'll talk about it. Okay. But for our anniversary, it was my month technically to plan our date night. And so I did, and it was super fun. We had so much fun. It was just really expensive. We also tipped really well. You know, we were known to tip the bill and all that kind of stuff. We just really love tipping well. It's just the easiest way to give back, I think. The date, I think it was November the 5th. Our anniversary was November 3rd. We didn't get each other gifts, but we went on that fancy date night and we bought the vacuum. And so it was a situation. So next up, I said that I wanted to do my Christmas shopping, and I will say I just finished. Today's December the 3rd. I just finished. So what had happened was, I think that I just finished on December 1st. I was closer to being finished. We were closer to being finished. When we went into December, all that was left was for my husband and I to purchase our gifts. And we're doing a $100 Christmas challenge. I'm thinking about recording it. Maybe not necessarily, maybe there's some part that I might not record, but I feel like I do 100% want to share at least what we ended up getting each other. So we have to get at least 3 gifts, and our budget is $100 altogether. So like I have $100, I had $100 to get my husband 3 or more gifts. 3 because it kind of made it a challenge, and I like to say that it's biblical, but it just kind of made it more of a challenge instead of just buying like one $100 gift. So I'm thinking like I've already done my shopping. Things are starting to come in already as we speak. So the only thing left for me to do the only thing left now is for my husband to finish. One thing that I added on here that I wanted to remind myself to talk about is that I put on here refinance our mortgage. Our lender reached out to us. Our previous loan officer, reached out to us and asked about if we wanted to refinance our mortgage, and we kind of do. So we've kind of started that process. I literally don't know anything I would share. I don't know anything other than he called, he got all of our updated information, and then he sent it off and put in our application or whatever. You know, that's all that I know. Like, I don't know any numbers. What I think is going to happen, obviously we're trying to get, our hope is that we'll get a lower interest rate. And in doing so, I think that we'll probably just go ahead and settle for like a 10-year mortgage. And if that is the case, that would align with with my retirement plans, align more closely with our retirement plans. So hopefully that will come to fruition. So yeah, we're working on that, but in November, all we did was put in the application. I don't know anything as of right now. So those were pretty much all of the things that took place in November as far as our goals and the things that we wanted to get done. I will talk more in a minute about our actual November budget and kind of run through that, but you'll see that things were, you know, we were a little bit struggling in the month of November. But let's talk about the month of November. We said that we were going to pay ourselves $9,000. $4,500 was going to come from our business, which we let money pile up in our little side hustle account, business account, whatever you want to call it. And then we just pay ourselves a set amount in the new month. So maybe at the top of the month, or maybe, you know, around the first of the month and around the second half of the month, just kind of like aligning it with our paydays from our full-time jobs. So $4,500 was going to come from there, and then $4,500 from our full-time jobs is what we were expecting was going to be our take-home pay. As you can see, our take-home pay was a little less from our full-time jobs at $4,375.91, but we did pay ourselves a little, well, technically a little more from the business, but we also had to kind of compensate, if you will, for the loss of income from our full-time jobs. So we paid ourselves $5,043.56, and let's talk about where all $9,419, that's the rounded up amount or rounded amount, let's talk about where that went. $1,599 went to our mortgage as expected. We did not have a security bill in the month of November because we have a credit, and we do have a little piece of a credit, like $30 some for December, but we'll have to pay the balance, which is $588, but that will be the end of our credit. And then in January, unless we get another credit, we will start, it's like a referral bonus, we will start paying our regular security. For pest control, $46 as budgeted. Electricity, $133.98 as budgeted. Cable / streaming Sling TV, $35 as budgeted. Phone, I was off by $1. I think I budgeted $87.40. It was really $88.40, so I messed that up a little bit. But moving forward, it'll be $90 even. We just had like a little credit. So $88.40. Internet, $70.80. Netflix, $13.99. Water / sewer, $36.60. Amazon Music, I did not upgrade yet, $3.99. And the game that my husband plays, $4.99. So pretty much everything was like as expected. The only thing that was off was the dollar. So we were technically over $1 in that category due to my miscalculation. So that's utilities. As for lifestyle, we originally budgeted what I'm pretty sure was $1,500, and we spent $2,617.64. Again, slightly out of control. It was popping in the month of November. Like, we don't regret any of it, but yeah, we ain't got no money. So next up, we have Georgia educators. My husband is a Georgia educator. He signed up for something where he's paying for, like, if something were to go wrong and they have to pay for his law fees and all kind of stuff. He thought it was a good idea. He told me it was $25 per month. It's been coming out at $50.83. You do get like discounts and stuff, discounts that we haven't used. So like, sometimes you just gotta weigh your, like, if you're not really gonna use the discount program, is it really worth buying? Anyway, homeboy really should have had this coming out of his check, but he did not. He allowed it to come from his bank account, our bank account. So hopefully in 2020, he can kind of get rid of that and then switch it to where it's coming out of his check, or whenever he can. That would be helpful, because now it's looking like now we have another bill. Anywho, so I forgot about that, and then I added it in November, like as the month went on. Also, we have health for our pet, $84.93 for her wellness plan as expected. When her spaying falls off, then in the new year, in February, it falls off in January. In February, then it will go down to $50-something. For insurance, $42.19 for our life insurance policies for both of them. That's the aggregate total. Maybe you just say that's the aggregate. I don't know. I'll get back to you on proper terminology. Honestly, I don't really care, so I won't get back to you, but I feel like you might just say that's the aggregate. I'm feeling like that might be a thing. It's kind of like when people say our first year anniversary, which is not necessary, because first year anniversary, basically it's the same thing, so you're being redundant. So really the proper way to say that is first anniversary, second anniversary, 10th anniversary. You don't have to say first year or 10-year anniversary. It's kind of like one of those things. I'm feeling like you might just say aggregate, but who knows, who cares? Anyway, moving on to the debt category. I have student loans. My husband has student loans. My husband's student loans could potentially be paid off any moment, but they're in a virus forbearance, as are mine, so we are not paying on the loans. And even when we do, what our plan is I'll get back to you after I talk to our financial advisor. That's what I keep saying, and I'm holding true, and I'm sticking to that. That's my word, and I'm sticking to it because I think I know what needs to take place, but I just want to double check. Okay, car payment, $314.34, beginning of this year. After like 4 years without a car payment, my husband's car stressed us out to the point where we financed the car, so you know it stressed us out. We put about half down on a 2021 Toyota RAV4 that we're obsessed with, and thus our payment is actually $250, but we pay for Toyota Care, which is basically covering our maintenance and stuff for like the next 10 years. Haven't decided. I won't know until 10 years whether that was worth it or not. I'll let you know in 10 years. Next up, we have furniture. Furniture that was just delivered today. So not really. So this came from Ashley Furniture. That came from Ashley Furniture. We financed these because they were going to be on back order. They came March, April, May, June, July. They came 6 months later. So I was like, well, I don't want to pay for these and have the money come out of my account by using my credit card or my debit card, credit card for sure, for cash back. That would have been a lot of cash back. That would have been a lot of cash back. Actually, we paid for part of our down payment with our credit card, by the way. I think they let us do half of it, so we got a lot of cash back for that. But anywho, because we get cash back on every purchase, finance these because we were like, well, why pay for them now when I don't even know, like, because they weren't in the store. That's another thing. I was just looking at pictures online. They had this particular sofa set, living room set in the store, but in a gray color, like a dark gray. So I was just kind of going there to test out the comfort and the shape and like the specs. But as far as the color, I just went based off of what I was seeing online with other people's sets. So I was like, well, let me just finance it because why would I pay for this now? And I don't even know when it's coming. Because with Ashley Furniture, if you get furniture from there and it's going to be delivered, then you don't have to start paying until after it's delivered because you have to sign off on it and then you start paying on it. Okay, savings, save nothing, but technically we did save. So we saved from my husband's retirement, before taxes, before he was paid, and a lot went into retirement there, and then we saved $2,000. Let's talk about sinking funds. So for sinking funds, again, we were going to put in $1,770. We ended up putting in a whole, or like reserving a whole $2,174.80. One thing that I have to mention is that a huge win for November was that I was able to call our car insurance Progressive and I got a whole new quote. The reason for that was because the lady said that the only way I can kind of like get our current policy down from the amount that it was about to be when we renew it next month or this month in December was to potentially like rewrite the policy. So we took all of our information, we plugged it into a new policy. This policy was $1,500 less. It's $800 and some dollars or $700 and some dollars. This other policy is like $2,500. So we're about to save like $1,500. Now there may be future implications of that, such as, I don't know, I didn't even ask because I really don't care, but I was thinking maybe we might lose like our continuous coverage or like that kind of thing because we have a new policy. I'm pretty sure that's how it works because I've been with Progressive. I left Progressive and came back and I had to start over fresh. So I'm thinking that's going to be the case. But honestly, for a savings of $1,500, I'm willing to take that chance. And if Progressive just gets out of hand, then we will just switch from Progressive altogether. That's my thought process. But for our sinking funds, we did put in or reserve $2,174.80. But let's go ahead and stuff these envelopes. For our sinking funds account is $916.73. We need to distribute this money. So we're going to go into distribute. We're going to go into choose multiple buckets. And what you're seeing on the screen is, by the way, the core savings, which is the amount that I transferred over, give or take a few cents that we earned from interest. And then also all of the money that's currently in these funds. So as you can see now, it's telling us our current balance. It tells us the core savings amount, and it tells us what is already in the medical fund, the holidays and birthdays funds. It tells us how much is already in the funds. So for medical, we're gonna add $86.91, which will bring this to $128.35. So the $86.91, what we're adding is what was saved or salvaged from the month of November. For holidays and birthdays, we are gonna add $226.85, which takes us to $340, which takes us to $342.55. For anniversary, we're gonna add in nothing because your girl and your boy spent all of that money. For pet, we are gonna add in 25, which is gonna bring homegirl, no, we're adding 20, which is gonna bring homegirl to 70. For clothing / beauty, we're gonna add 15, which is gonna bring us to $69.70. For the giving and donating, we're gonna add $321, which is gonna bring us to $57.91. For vacations, we're going to add 25, which is gonna bring us to 75. For transportation / tags, we're gonna add 26.40, which is gonna bring us to 46.40. For entertainment, we're gonna add 45.66, which is gonna bring us to 96.72. And for home maintenance, we're gonna add 383, which is gonna bring us to 785. So that leaves us with 22.25. That means I did some math wrong, which is probably quite accurate. 128.35, 342.55, 50. Oh, we did. Oh, we already had the 50 in our anniversary and I deleted it. Never mind. We already had 50 there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 70 for pet, 69.70 for clothing, beauty, 57.91. 75, 46.40. Oh, okay, this is all messed up. Is this a 4? No, that's a 96.72. And then home maintenance 785. So I think, I don't know what has gone down. I messed up somewhere along the way. I wrote a wrong number. So what we're gonna do is, because there's no money in anniversary, we're actually gonna put all of that money, 2225, in our anniversary fund. Oh yeah, wait, we were saving for anniversary. Wasn't there supposed to be $50 there? Listen, girl, I don't know what has happened, but that's what we're gonna do. Save. Okay, so this is what our makeup is as of right now. Either way, that is $916.73. I clearly did some math wrong along the way. Not to worry, I'll figure it out at a later date. It also doesn't really matter because I feel like this is fine. This looks good to me. Every account has a few funds. So this is what we're gonna work with for November going into, well, yeah, November going into December. So I'm interested to see what is salvaged from December. I feel like probably, I'm sure in the new year, like after I stuff envelopes for December, we'll probably have like $1,000 some in sinking funds, which is pretty exciting considering last month we had 0. So love that for us. Okay, you guys, so that is it for November and how November shook out. Like I mentioned, it didn't really shake out that well. I feel like it was a blur. I don't really remember what we even did for our break. I just know we had a lot of fun and we did not want it to end. So fun was the name of the game for November, which was our anniversary month. So I'm assuming December is going to be better. December's for sure going to be better. We've already invested $3,000 as of yesterday, or you know, it came out yesterday. It's supposed to come out on the 1st, but y'all, like they send it through on the 1st and then it comes out. So December's already off to a good start as far as savings goes and investing, but I'm not 100% sure about how our spending is gonna go, but let's just hope we end out December strong and that you guys do as well. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it wasn't too long. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.